Cupid's arrows are striking again.
And Atlantic Canada prepares for a vicious winter storm. Humber News starts now. Hello, it's Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Carissa Wilson. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Alexis MacDonald. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Carissa has our top story.
Two by-elections were held last night in Thornhill and Niagara Falls, and Ontario's ruling Liberal Party came up short in both. The Thornhill riding was won by Conservative Gila Martow, who had just under 48% of the vote, with Liberal Sandra Young-Racco coming in second. The seat was previously held by Conservative Peter Sherman. In Niagara Falls, the NDP claimed the seat with just under 40% of the vote, going to Wayne Gates, while Tory Bart Maves finished second in the polls. The Niagara Falls riding was held by the Liberals for the last 10 years. What could these results mean for the province's political landscape going forward? Humber reporter Alexandra Gundy has more.
Welcome to the Ontario PC.
The stakes were high, the cheers were loud, and the Progressive Conservatives shut the Liberals out of a hotly contested Ontario by-election. Thursday night, PC candidate Gila Martow won in Thornhill, reclaiming a seat the Tories have held firmly in their grip. The by-election attracted much attention, and PC leader Tim Hudak says the win is about more than just the riding.
And tonight, folks, we saw proof that the people of Ontario want to see change.
On the same night, the Liberals were hit hard in Niagara Falls, where the New Democrat Party took a seat the Grits have held onto for a decade. Conservative MP and former Minister of the Environment Peter Kent says he hopes this will trigger a referendum for Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne.
Certainly I would hope that the NDP will screw up the courage to join the PCs and defeat the Wynne government.
Although the by-election results don't actually take any power away from the Liberals, it does put even more pressure on Premier Wynne. Hudak has been gunning for an election to happen as soon as possible. Martow, with her son by her side, says her party is up for the challenge.
I don't know if anybody's ever really ready for election. That's all I can say. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and a lot of pressure, but fun too.
The Liberal Party continues to hold a minority lead, with 48 of the 107-seat legislature. Alexandra Gundy, Humber News.
103 recommendations have been made in the Jeffrey Baldwin inquest. A coroner's jury heard the case of the 5-year-old boy who was placed under the care of his grandparents and starved to death. Many of the recommendations include workers visiting homes annually and improving record keeping. The inquest began in September last year to prevent similar deaths. Both of Jeffrey's grandparents had previous convictions for child abuse, which were not discovered until after his death in 2002.
The name of the woman who was struck and killed by an unmarked police vehicle has been released. 18-year-old Natasha Bogado was hit Wednesday as she was crossing the street near Warden Avenue and St. Clair Avenue East. Friends say she was getting off the bus on her way back from work, just steps away from her home. The Special Investigations Unit is investigating the incident.
A stabbing in Toronto's West End has left a 25-year-old man in hospital. The victim, who was stabbed in the chest, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police discovered the man late last night on Lansdowne Avenue north of Bloor Street West. They are looking for a suspect.
The Great Lakes are almost completely covered in ice for the first time in 20 years. Some of the ice slabs that fill the snow-covered waters are as big as boulders. The last time the lake came this close to being completely frozen was in 1994. That year, 94% of the lakes were covered in ice. As of Thursday, ice extended across 88% of the Great Lakes. The crew of the U.S. Coast Guard's icebreaker Mackinac says this has been one of the roughest winters.
The spirit of Valentine's Day is upon us here at Humber. Humber News reporter Darren O'Malley takes a look at what's happening on campus.
Romance is in the air here at Humber. From chocolate to cookies to flowers, there are sweet treats all around. Hot date tonight? No problem for students who were invited to get their hair and makeup done at no cost, courtesy of Humber Students Federation. What do students at Humber really think about Valentine's Day? Is it as magical as it seems?
I feel like if no one loves you on this day, they probably don't love you any other day of the year.
To be honest, I think it's a waste of time and money. If you're gonna buy your girl a present, don't.
Why not?
Because she's gonna end up cheating on you sooner or later, so I suggest you don't do it.
Not everyone is so cynical, though. There are still some believers out there.
I think that you should do stuff with your significant other throughout the year, but if you want to do something special on Valentine's Day, then why not?
Whether or not you are in the Valentine's Day spirit, there are still a couple hours left, so you can head to your local store and at least pick up a card. Darren O'Malley, Humber News.
When we come back, we'll have more news from across the country and around the world. Josh McConnell will have the sports news with the latest Olympic updates, and we'll have your weather forecast with Katarina Barnes.
It may be snowy outside, but it's warm in our hearts. I'll have your 5-day weather forecast coming up after the break.